By popular request, as part of my Thanksgiving series, I'm going to show y'all how I make a ham. I start out by separating my pineapple rings from the juice. I'm going to use the rings and the juice. I'm just going to use them separately. Let's start unpackaging that ham. It does come with a glaze sauce, but I'm not going to be using that today. This is a bone-in spiral ham. I love opening this, y'all. It's like opening a Christmas present. I'm going to cut this open on a cutting board because juice is going to go everywhere. Now I'm going to use toothpicks to attach pineapple all over the ham. And I'm going to use the same style pan and bag as I did with the turkey. Put some flour in there and shake, shake, shake. Put the bag in the pan and put the ham inside. Now I'm going to close this and cut some slits on the top. This is going to go in the oven at 325 until it's done cooking. I'm going to make a glaze and of course show y'all the finished ham in the next video. As part of my Thanksgiving series, I'm showing y'all how I bake a ham. This is part 2. Anytime you're using an oven bag, please make sure that the bag does not touch the top of the oven. Once it's done cooking, I sit it on the counter and let it rest. Always use a meat thermometer to know when it's done. Cook times will vary widely. While this rests, I'm going to get started making my glaze. I start with a cup of brown sugar, a cup of cherry Dr. Pepper, and a splash of pineapple juice. I'm going to stir all this together and bring it to a boil. Once it boils, I want it to boil for about 2 or 3 minutes. When that's done, I'm going to cut this open. Be extremely careful. There will be steam. I remove the pineapples, personal preference. I don't like them on there. And I transfer the ham to a serving dish. Then I slowly pour the drizzle over the top of the ham. My kids said this tastes like candy and they loved it. Let me know what y'all think in the comments.
This is how I make my easy homemade gravy for mashed potatoes. So I start off with my potatoes. I have 7 and I peel them and rinse them, cut them into half, throw them into a saucepan with cold water. This allows them to cook evenly, then throw in some salt. Moving on to our gravy, 3 cups of water to a boil, 1 beef cube bouillon, 1 chicken cube bouillon, and dissolve those. Once your water comes to a boil, remove the pan. In another pan, put in 4 tablespoons of butter, 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, half a teaspoon onion powder, and cook. Now go back and add your broth. Mix lumps away until you get your gravy. Going back to our potatoes, adding 4 tablespoons of butter, a little bit of heavy cream, about 2 tablespoons. Mash them down, add your salt and pepper to taste.
Baby, how to make good mac and cheese is always going to be a controversial subject. But I'm going to show you how I make mine today. Now, baby, if your big mama put eggs in her mac and cheese, keep scrolling, baby, because I don't do that. Eggs are for cakes. When it comes to mac and cheese, baby, this is basically me at every potluck, Thanksgiving, or Christmas dinner. Step 1, boil your elbows. To get started on your sauce, you're going to need cornstarch, salt, and pepper. The next step is to add 5 cups of milk, but don't add it all at one time. You want to whisk it so your mixture is not lumpy. It should look like that. Then add the rest of your milk. Next, add 4 tablespoons of butter. The one thing my mother always told me is you can't sit down and cook. You're going to have to stand over this sauce so it doesn't burn. I'm using mild and sharp cheese and my favorite, hoop cheese. Making mac and cheese is a labor of love. Make sure you grate your cheese yourself. Once your sauce is thickened, add your cheese. Once you stir in all of your cheeses, your sauce should look a little like this. Now stir in your elbows. Add your mac and cheese to a butter Pyrex and then top with more cheese. Bake at 375. I call this fresh out the oven fabulous. Damn, the mac and cheese is on point. Who made it? Me.
We're making the best make-ahead turkey gravy. Oven to 400, cut 2 onions in half. Boom. Rough chop celery. Boom. Quarter your carrots, like that. Chop in half. Boom. Thyme, olive oil, black pepper and salt. Toss turkey wings. More salt and pepper, 6 turkey wings. Bake at 400, 1 hour. Take it out. Get some white wine, a couple splashes. Chicken broth, pour in a whole box and a half a box. About 6 cups. Back in at 400, 45 minutes or till it reduces to half. It smells so good like Thanksgiving. Take these out. You can eat these now. Strain out all the broth. Like that. Push it all out. Half a stick of butter. Melt it. Equal parts flour and butter, so 4 tablespoons. Get it in. Stir. About 2 minutes. Ready for stock. Slowly add your stock. Whisk and continuously add. More. Don't stop stirring. Bring to a boil. Lower the heat. Let it simmer for at least 10 minutes. Gorgeous. Freeze till Thanksgiving.
Hey, you want to know the best way to have a perfect Thanksgiving? Make your own dinner rolls. 120 grams warm milk.
9 grams of instant yeast in and mix that up.
Sit 10 minutes.
60 grams of milk, 27 grams of water, 20 grams of bread flour. On the stove, little over medium heat.
Cook, stirring occasionally.
Until thick with
Thin mixing bowl. 320 grams of bread flour.
7 grams of salt, 35 grams of sugar.
Whisk that bad boy. The spiral thingy. Low speed. Yeast and milk mixture. 1 whole egg.
An egg yolk, thickened mixture in.
Mix till incorporated.
Softened butter in. 42 grams total.
Let that bad boy mix 8 minutes. Done. Shape into a ball. Bowl. Plastic wrap.
Rise 2 hours. Dummy thick. Punch your dough down. 9 equal pieces.
Shape into a nice ball. Spray a brownie pan. In. Cover. Rise 30 minutes. Brush with egg wash.
Bake at 375.
25 minutes. Brush immediately with garlic butter.
A little bit of flaky salt.
Oh yeah, I'm ready to tear in.
Whew. That is
A perfect dinner.
Alright, start with the 4-cheese blend. Parmesan, mozzarella, American, and Gruyere. 1 cup of each, and we're going to chop up bacon, parsley, and garlic. Then we're going to add bacon to the pan and cook it until it's crispy. And on the way, we're going to add garlic and parsley. Once the bacon is crispy, add 2 cups of panko and a teaspoon of chili flakes and cook until the panko is brown. Then in the same pan, add 3 tablespoons of butter, 3 tablespoons of flour, and cook until it becomes one. Then add 3 cups of milk. While we wait for that to thicken, on medium-high heat, we're going to cook our pasta. After about 5 minutes, add the cheese and leave about 1/4 of a cup of cheese to mix with the panko mix that we made. Then take the macaroni out about 2 minutes early and then mix it into the cheese. We're taking it out early because it's going to finish cooking in the oven. Then we're going to mix the cheese with the panko breading and make a nice layer on top of the mac. Then in the 450-degree oven, add the whole pan in for only about 6 minutes because we already made the panko crispy. And we just want that top layer of cheese to melt. Serve it up. Yes,
Let's make Thanksgiving sweet potato casserole. Buy sweet potatoes or better yet, yams. Bring a big pot of water to boil. Boil them skins on. When you can put a knife all the way through, they're done. Let them cool and the skin just falls right off. Way better than regular potatoes. Boom, so easy. Beat them up. Not too long, just like that. Chop a stick of butter. Boom. To the party. Half a cup of brown sugar. Boom. OJ. Pecans. Crush them. Boom. Give it a mix, like that. Cinnamon. Couple shakes. About a cup of crushed pecan. Boom. Raisins. Handful 1, to the party. Handful 2, to the party. Like that. Mix it up. Tastes so good already. Get this in here. Now get some of these little mini beauties. Everybody goes to the party. The more the merrier. At 350, 30 to 45 minutes. And look at that. Look at that. Hey! Stand by your pan. Y'all been asking how I make my cornbread. Eat enough you won't get in your pants. But somebody will want to. Is that good? Let's make it.
Using 1 cup white lily flour, all-purpose, and 1 cup of white lily cornmeal mix.
Half teaspoon salt, half teaspoon baking powder. Just whisk. Daddy'd kill me if he knew I put sugar in my cornbread. But I like it like that. I'm making cornbread dressing though, so I'm not using as much this time. Next video. 1/4 cup bacon grease. 2 eggs at room temperature. About a cup of buttermilk, room temperature also. Melt some grease in your skillet in the oven. When it's crackling, it's ready. Like that. And pour the batter in while it's hot. It'll make a crust. Melt you some butter and pour some honey on that, honey. And